One of the worst sports channel on YouTube, Hot Garbage Sports, with me, Coach Ryan D. Leafs, Habs, another biased Jets fan review here. How do you end up picking between two of your own children when you're watching the Leafs and Habs? Stay tuned to the end of the video and I will end up telling you the easy peasy answer, babe. This game, this series probably feels hot if you're a Leafs fan, feels hot if you're a Habs fan, feels close, feels tight, but frankly, I don't think it is. And if you want to know why, stick with us till the end. Roll the intro.
Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh my God.
So I want to say thank you to all the bandwagon, shirt-tucking corporate Leafs fans who have been fantastic, subscribing, smashing like to all these videos. Appreciate all of you. Habs fans, it's been a little bit of a tougher go, but frankly, it's not because I dislike the Habs. Well, yeah, I mean, I dislike the Habs, but I don't dislike the Habs fans, nor do I dislike the wonderful city of Montreal, one of the best, probably the best city in Canada. Sorry, Toronto. Love Toronto as well, too. Love Vancouver, but Montreal, something special about you every time. Habs and Leafs in Game 3. Feels tight? Feels tight? It's not tight. It isn't. There's really two things going on right now. One, if you're a Leafs fan, you have been terrified of playoff Carey Price, and he is playing at an MVP caliber season. It should make you super, super afraid for the future. But conversely, if you're a Habs fan, you are probably equally afraid that you are not winning games with Carey Price playing at an MVP caliber level. Yikes. Yeah. Anyways, Habs fans, a little bit of a tough go here. And I think what is being exposed is your number one worst person in the organization, and that is Marc Bergevin. Seriously, we are wasting Carey Price here right now. Before we get into the game, let's go on a tangent about Marc Bergevin and the Montreal Canadiens. Suzuki, very good player. Caulfield, going to be a very good player. Price, Hall of Fame, first ballot. Weber, fantastic captain. Petry, Norris Trophy candidate, and then it's done. It's over. It stops. You have Toffoli. Toffoli's got 40 points because he's on the first line. I'm not knocking Toffoli. He's a Stanley Cup winner. I like Toffoli. I'd take him. Perry is a guy that was a castaway that other teams didn't want, that you were able to sign at a league minimum. And when guys come into the league minimum in a place like Montreal, Toronto, after those tax rates hit them, trust me, they didn't have a lot of other places to sign. I know you want them to sign just due to the prosperity and the history of being an habitant. But when you're a league minimum guy and you're getting hit with the tax levels that you get hit with in all Canadian cities, not just in Quebec, I question that. Don't you? Let me know down below in the comments. After that, it just feels so thin. Sure, you got Brendan Gallagher. Sure, he's a top 6 player. He's a great hard worker. He's a grit guy. He is absolutely a Hab through and through. And you know what? It just leaves me wanting more. That 2-on-1 to start the game, that should have been buried. Captain Jack makes a beautiful stop. Gallagher can't put it in. And I feel like that's Gallagher all the time. And I'm not even trying to be biased. I just feel like that's Gallagher, right? Like, put in a couple more. And sure, show me his point totals. Send me all the stats you want. But the eye test just doesn't make me feel on Gallagher. Toronto looks handedly in control of this series. I know you won the first game, but the only reason I feel you won the first game was the shell shock due to the JT injury. They come into this game down Foligno, down JT, and the Leafs still look like they control the entire game. Every time I watch the Leafs and the Habs play now, at least the last 2 games, and I've watched the Leafs all season, it just feels like the Leafs are in control. I understand why they're the number 1 team in the North. If one guy is out, it's like the Red freaking Army. They just replace it with another guy. This team has more depth than you know what to do at. So you were looking at an MVP caliber goalie playing against likely the top, maybe the second deepest team in the NHL. It's the Avs, it's the Lightning, and it's the Leafs in terms of depth. And it's paying off for them. Willie Nylander ends up scoring with a shot that, frankly, it's the only way you're going to beat Carey Price in this series. It feels like a beautiful redirect that has eyes, ends up putting the Leafs up 1-0. Great goal, and Nylander just looks better and better. I don't know why him and Auston Matthews are racing to have like the grossest looking style and mustaches in the NHL, but who cares? You play for the Leafs, you're young, you're in shape, you're gonna crush anyway, it doesn't matter. But seriously, like, greasy stashes, boys. Doesn't affect his hockey playing ability though. Then Nick Suzuki responds with a puck that has eyes. I don't know how I feel about this if I'm a Jack Campbell fan right now. Campbell played fantastic tonight. He really did. Made some amazing post-to-post kick saves, 21 saves on the night, and then he lets in one under his blocker. Nick Suzuki is a right-handed shot shooting from the right-handed side. This should be stopped, but Suzuki's pretty elite. He does have an amazing release and a fantastic shot. So Leafs fans, why don't you tell me, is this Nick Suzuki just being Nick Suzuki playing amazing? Or does it feel a little weak that it went in blocker side of all things from a right-handed shot on the right-handed side? I actually don't know how I feel about it, so I want to know your comments down below. Finally, Toronto ends the game with a game-winning goal by Morgan Rielly. My favorite Leaf. I think Rielly is a stud. I like Matthews. I like Marner. I do. I like them all. And I said this last video. If they were wearing any other jersey, I'd be a fan of this team. But they're wearing a Leafs jersey, so can't give them too much credit. Morgan Rielly ends up putting the GOW in, and I even got out of my seat and cheered, and people are like, dude, are you cheering for the freaking Leafs? Like, why are you excited? And I was like, that was just a great goal. I just get excited about great goals. And that was, it just felt Bardowski. What a shot. Cannot believe there's nothing Price could do on that. So Toronto ends up with 20 shots in the second period, putting an ace in the hole. And then in the third period, something weird is going on in Leafs land. Montreal gets 15 shots in the third, controls most of the third, only two shots from the Leafs in the third, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Leafs game again. So 2-1 Leafs. Yes, the Habs could come back and steal another game, but if they do, it's due to Carey Price. Yes, the Habs could win this series, but I really only feel like that would be likely if they had more depth. I just don't feel like they have the depth, Habitant fans. And I'm not knocking Habs fans. We never knock Habs fans. We only pick on Leafs fans here, although Leafs fans seem to like us. What's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe, smash a like, stay here. We're going to be following the Leafs all the way to the Cup because we know we're going there, right? Right? Cheap pop Leafs fans. But Habs fans, it's not against the Habs fans. It's just against the organization for not bringing in enough talent around Carey Price. It's got to be frustrating. I mean, hell, had you have drafted Brady Tkachuk over KK, this series would be totally different. The physicality and size of the human toe and piece of garbage that is Tkachuk would be loved in Montreal. You would be. You'd love a player like that right now. Absolute top 6 lock. Put him in there. Franchise type of guy. I don't care if you don't like the Tkachuks. You'd want him on your team. You would. So KK, nice player. But again, either this drafting has to improve or you got to find a way to start bringing in some free agents because it just feels torturous to Carey Price. I mean, as tortured as you can be for a guy making $10 million a year. Am I right? We don't feel bad for Price. We don't. Nobody does. That's way too much money to feel bad for anybody about. So this just keeps on marching forward. We're going to see you guys for Game 4. We'll see what ends up coming. My opinion for Game 4 is, I'm sorry, Habs fans, but it's a Leafs win again. And then Game 5 is a Leafs win, and we're not going to see anybody in the building. That's where my heart breaks because I want to see fans in the stands, and Montreal has said they're the place that's going to do it. So we're cheering. I'm cheering for at least one Habs victory so we can see those fans in the stands. But realistically, totally biased Jets fan who has no horse in this race, Leafs got the next two. They're in control of the series. So you want to know how you end up choosing between two children that you love equally, the Habs and the Leafs? It's very simple. Neither of them are actually children. I didn't raise them. They're not my own. They're not human entities. So due to that, I don't like either. But I love the fans. I love the fans. And I love this series. And we will catch you guys for Game 4. This has been Coach Ryan D with Hot Garbage Sports. What a game. What a paddle save. We forgot to talk about the paddle save. That was just, wow. We chose some clips today, but frankly, it just felt like a trouncing. So go ahead, check out that paddle save from Carey Price. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Talk to you later.